Simple history of Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was a famous scientist born in Germany in 1879. He is best known for his theory of relativity, which changed how we understand time and space. His famous equation, E equals mc, showed that energy and mass are related. Einstein won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921 for his work on the photoelectric effect, which helped develop quantum theory. He moved to the United States in 1933 to escape the rise of the Nazis in Germany. Einstein worked at Princeton University and became a prominent voice for peace and human rights. He died in 1955. Long history of Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Germany, into a Jewish family. His father, Hermann Einstein, was an engineer and a salesman, while his mother, Pauline Koch, took care. Einstein had one sister, Maya, who was 2 years younger. As a child, Einstein was curious and showed a deep interest in science and mathematics, although he struggled with the rigid school system of the time. In 1894, when Einstein was 15, his family moved to Milan, Italy, for business reasons, but he stayed behind to finish school in Munich. Soon after, he left the school without completing his studies, as he disliked the strict discipline. He joined his family in Italy and continued his education independently. Later, he enrolled in the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in Zurich in 1896, where he studied physics and mathematics. Einstein graduated in 1900, but he struggled to find a teaching position, so he took a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern in 1902. This job provided him with stability and free time to pursue his scientific interests. In 1903, he married Mileva Maric, a fellow student from Zurich, and they had two sons, Hans Albert and Eduard. During his time at the patent office, Einstein began to develop some of his most significant theories. In 1905, often referred to as his miracle year, he published 4 groundbreaking papers in the journal Annalen der Physik. These papers covered the photoelectric effect, Brownian motion, the special theory of relativity, and the equivalence of mass and energy, summarized by the famous equation E equals mc squared. These works established him as a leading physicist. In 1909, Einstein left the patent office to take a position as a lecturer at the University of Zurich. He quickly rose through the academic ranks, holding professorships in Prague and then back in Zurich. In 1914, he was appointed to the Prussian Academy of Sciences in Berlin, where he could focus entirely on research. During his time in Berlin, Einstein completed his general theory of relativity in 1915, which provided a new understanding of gravity. This theory was confirmed in 1919 when British astronomers observed a solar eclipse and saw the light from stars bend around the sun, just as Einstein had predicted. This discovery made him an international celebrity. Einstein's personal life, however, was more turbulent. He and Mileva separated in 1914 and divorced in 1919. Shortly after, Einstein married his cousin Elsa Lowenthal. In the 1920s, Einstein became increasingly involved in political and social issues. He was an outspoken advocate for pacifism and Zionism, and he warned against the dangers of nationalism and militarism. In 1933, as the Nazis rose to power in Germany, Einstein, who was Jewish, decided not to return to Berlin from a visit to the United States. He accepted a position at the Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey, where he spent the rest of his life. During World War II, Einstein learned that the Nazis might be developing an atomic bomb. He signed a letter to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, urging the United States to start its atomic bomb project, which eventually led to the Manhattan Project. However, Einstein did not directly participate in the project and later expressed regret about the role his letter played in the bomb's development. After the war, Einstein continued to work on theoretical physics, particularly on a unified field theory, which he hoped would reconcile the forces of nature into a single framework. Despite his efforts, this work remained incomplete at the time of his death. Einstein spent his later years advocating for world peace, nuclear disarmament, and civil rights. He was offered the presidency of Israel in 1952, but declined, citing his lack of experience in politics. Albert Einstein passed away on April 18, 1955, in Princeton, New Jersey, from an abdominal aortic aneurysm. His contributions to science, particularly his theories of relativity, have had a lasting impact on our understanding of the universe, making him one of the most influential scientists in history.